What's going on, guys? I'm your girl Andy Crimson and this is Mukbangs and Hangs. Welcome back to the channel. I am excited today, guys, because one, we've got a lot to talk about, and I'm featuring this place that I just recently discovered and I want to share it with you guys. So before we get started, I just want to take a moment to take a thumbnail real quick and I'll explain what's going on over here. See that? One over here on this side. So for today's dinner, I decided to order from this place called Jerusalem International Foods. I've seen this place before as I've been driving around the city, and I just thought it was like a market. I had no idea you could order food from there. And I've had their shawarma before, but this is the first time I'm going to have their chicken kabobs. And I've also got a stuffed cheese pie, a stuffed Quebe, some rice, and we've got the famous stuffed grape leaves. So I'm really excited to try this. It came with some, I think this is some kind of a hummus and this white sauce. I'm not sure what this is. They're both pretty good. This kind of feels like more of a sour cream type of taste. And I've got some little pita bread here. All right, let's take a first bite. This little guy right here. See all the seasonings. We'll do it plain first and then we'll dip it in some of this stuff. But here we go, first bite. I like it. Definitely can taste the seasoning. Let's try with some of those. It's got, like I said, that little bit of a sour taste, but it blends perfectly well. It's very reminiscent of the tzatziki sauce, but this is a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, it's a little bit thicker, almost like a mayo consistency. Yeah, and I've got my mineral water. Guys. So I binged watched the entire season 5 of Cobra Kai. And I have to say, I think this was my favorite season out of all of them so far. I don't know, I just felt like the buildup has all been to this particular point, and it was fluid. It didn't felt rushed or too slow. And I don't know, I really enjoyed the flashbacks and some of the throwback characters that come out. So spoiler alert if I mention them. I don't know, I just feel like it's such a well-rounded show now. Like this was like the pinnacle of everything. Let's try this bread. This is a little bit thinner than I'm used to. Maybe we can dip it in this hummus type sauce. It definitely doesn't taste like the hummus you buy at HEB. It almost has like almost a sweeter taste to it. Feels a little lighter too. Pretty good. This I'm not too fond of. It's a little too thin for me, but it's all right. It'll get through. So yeah, I was really surprised to see the character Jessica Andrews. I think she was in Karate Kid 2 or 3. I don't remember. But it was so cool that they bring back these old characters from the older movies. Oh, and Mike Barnes too. I was not expecting to see him at all. I didn't really see any spoilers of Cobra Kai anywhere, so that was good. The only thing I have to complain about, if anything, was I felt like they didn't do Mike Barnes' character justice. He kind of gets like the shitty end of the stick in a situation. I don't know, I just felt like he deserved a little bit better than how he ended up. Let's do this cheese pie. It's like a regular pita bread. Some cheese. Out. The cheese reminds me of feta. Maybe it is. It's pretty good. It's got also that little bit of a pungent or a sour taste. Oh, and it's a little bit spicy. So it's got some seasonings on it. Let's try it with this. This is really good. Also, Cobra Kai ends kind of on a cliffhanger, but I feel like they totally could have wrapped up the series. They could have tied up some ends, maybe if they had maybe 2 or 3 more episodes. I think there was 10 episodes. But the ending, I wasn't that excited to find out what happens to John Kreese. Like, it's like whatever at this point. They kind of defeated the big bad in a way already with Terry Silver. So I don't know. That was like the only thing I have to say about it. But other than that, great show. Everybody, I feel like, is getting their, or if they haven't already gotten their closing moment, their character redemption arc, it's definitely happening. It's already happened. Let's get into these. These, honestly, they feel like rocks a little bit. I'm used to them being a little bit more soft. So let's see what happens. They're wrapped very tight, but they're not soggy like I'm used to them, and definitely a little chewy. So definitely not the best I've had from here or anywhere else. They've usually done them a little bit better than this. It tastes as almost if the rice wasn't cooked all the way. You know, when the rice gets like a little chewy, a little hard. Now let's try this stuffed Quebe. I hope I'm saying that right. It just looks like a rock, like an asteroid. It's got some like minced meat, maybe some mixed with vegetables. It tastes pretty good. Definitely, despite its hardened look appearance, it's very soft, softer than the grape leaves. Pretty good. Now, speaking of favorites, my favorite episode of House of the Dragon was this past one, episode 4. It was everything that a Game of Thrones-esque show situation could be, I believe. There's a lot of things people were saying about it, which maybe I'll touch on, but I just love how, what is the right word? Like, artistic. There's a better word for it, but I just love how seductive it was. It just hit all the right spots, as I said, like for a Game of Thrones show, like self-serving, hidden in the shadows, political gains, struggles with the relationships. It's really, really starting to kick off now. Now, the things that people were going off on are like completely understandable in today's context. But when you think about the fantasy world that is House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, and even sometimes in our very real world history, certain things happened. And I'm not upset with the writers for writing certain scenes and situations because it's telling a story. It's telling a fictional story. And again, with some aspects of things that have happened in real life, it's not correct what happens to these people. But what I love about it is it's just telling its own story. These characters are gray. You know, it gets a little dull to write about the heroes all the times. You want to know about the villains and just basically people's inner desires, inner ambitions. I very much like Rhaenyra calling Daemon's bluff when he tries to take her to the seedy underbelly of King's Landing. It gives her kind of a reality check when she finds out that not everybody is pleased that she's named heir to the throne. Let me know your thoughts about this latest episode if you've seen it. I'm curious. And I would love to discuss it with you. Also, I'm so excited for the next episode because we're finally going to travel to the Driftmark, I think. Because Viserys has put forth that Rhaenyra is going to marry Laenor. And we finally get to see Rhaenys' dragon, Meleys. I saw a trailer today, and it shows Meleys, but you couldn't really see her that good. And I couldn't really tell the scale of difference between her and the other dragon that was next to her. I believe it was Sea Smoke. From what I could tell, her design is kind of similar to Drogon, but I saw some extra like face spikes, chin spikes, so I'm really intrigued to see how she's gonna look. Get another one of these. They look like kind of like giant tofu bites. They're very juicy. I have to hand that to them. It almost gives like a barbecue taste, but definitely you can taste some of the char from where they cooked them. It's good. So guys, we need to talk about something as you see it in the title. Finally gonna get to talk about it. But yeah, Ghost broke the internet, more specifically the fandom broke Spotify Live. So if you don't know, Ghost in connection with Spotify was going to host this live room podcast type of event on Spotify Live, which is a new app, a beta app, might I add. And some people got invites to this event. The invites, as far as I understand it, were just randomized. I know people are upset, like, oh, you got one, but you listen to Ghost like once. I listen to them 50 million times a day. And it's like, whoa, buddy, like, this is not on anybody. It's just like an experiment, I guess. And what happened was when the time came for the event to start, those of us that got the link went there and nothing happened, or it would just never load. And basically everybody was creating their own like Ghost groups, and people were just in there waiting, trying to see what was happening. And there was just 2-3 different responses from Spotify just saying, oh, the room is closed now. There's no more room in there. And it's just like, how did you not account out of the 10 million listeners? I don't know how many invites were sent out, but a handful, 5,000, 1,000 people, you guys couldn't handle it on the servers? So essentially that's what happened. It was just overloaded. It was a beta app, and we couldn't have the experience with the Ghost team, with Tobias, which was unfortunate. I was really hoping it would happen so I could like talk about it and review it with you guys and see if any of y'all made it over there. But that did not happen. A lot of people were upset, and I do have a little bit of stuff to say about that. I mean, it's nobody's fault really but Spotify. And not even them, they just did not comprehend the full scale of people trying to get into their chat room. So, I mean, we're going to have other things, and in the span of it all, it doesn't really matter. We're always going to have cool things from Ghost, from Tobias, And nobody's trying to make anybody feel left out on purpose or bad. So People just kind of need to get over it. That's my 2 cents. Just be nice to each other. I think we're very lucky to live in an age where technology is so advanced, social medias are so advanced that we can have the opportunity to these types of events so we can be connected with our favorite artists and such. And with that being said, I don't know if you have noticed, if you have a Spotify account and you follow Ghost, that a playlist was uploaded with certain songs featuring the Caligula artwork of Papa 4. And now it's turned into an album. And everybody's theorizing that this has something to do with Copia's demise, Papa. And I don't know, nothing's been said about this. I don't know if it's some kind of foreshadowing for a chapter, so people are kind of going nuts trying to figure out what it means. Also freaking out that Papa 4 might not be around longer. Which is, it's fair. Who knows? I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts about that? Do you have any theories about that playlist, that album? What's it for? At first I thought it was like a marketing tool for the Blue Ridge Festival that they just played at and for TikTok. But nobody said anything. This one. I really love this chicken. And my favorite part about it is that char-grilled taste, the seasoning. And the sauce. I like this. It kind of reminds me of a pizza. Sans the sauce, obviously. I like some kind of garlic seasoning. Oh, I wanted to remind you guys, I'm going to be going live on Instagram on Friday just to kind of hang out, say hey. But more importantly, I want to reveal one of the prizes for my 3K giveaway. We haven't hit the goal yet. So if you feel so inclined, go ahead and share the profile and spread the word. But I did want to like drop a really cool prize that I'm going to be issuing as soon as we meet the goal and we get that all sorted out. So I'm going to go around like 8:30, I think, would be a good time. So make sure you're following him on Instagram so you can get the notification and come and say hi. We can chat. Goodness. Also, if you guys aren't a part of my Patreon, you're missing out because I've been posting some sneak peeks of things that I might do in regards to a gig that I have coming up and just all around extras. So go ahead and follow the links in my descriptions and things like that so you guys don't miss out on that either. So good. I think we'll finish off with this stuffed Quebe here. We'll do a last bite. It broke apart. Some good stuff. Well, it's time to rate this. If I was just going on the chicken alone, it would have been on a much higher score, but I'm going on everything together. There's some things that need to be improved upon this time around. We're gonna go with about a 6 as a whole. But like I'm saying, the chicken, the kabobs are really, really good, but there are some things that maybe I would have changed. That thin bread, maybe seasoned it a little bit. I'm not sure if it doesn't traditionally come seasoned. And definitely the grape leaves need to be worked on a little bit. But other than that, it was pretty good. I really like their shawarma from this place, the Jerusalem International Food. So if you're a local, go ahead and check them out. It's kind of like a hidden gem, like I said. I didn't even know they had food until like I was looking them up on the internet and saw the apps had like delivering from this place. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to talk about Ghost, House of the Dragon, Cobra Kai, anything at all, leave me a comment. I love talking to you guys down there. And make sure you're following my Instagram, check out my Patreon. I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok, so I'm kind of everywhere. So pick your poison and follow me, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.